What is up, everybody? Josh here again, and today we have an Icarus Week 157 update. This week we get a brand new mount that we contain, which is right here next to me. We also get some news about a new Tier 4 pistol coming out, and some AI changes this week as well. Let's get into it, shall we? Icarus Week 157 brings the Shaggy Zebra mount and Juvenile. You can now find the Shaggy Zebra mount on Prometheus and the Juvenile with it sometimes, that you can now raise and nurture into a new Arctic mount. They also made some AI changes to some of the AI in the game, so we have some better AI, hopefully, that we'll check out. And some news of next week's update, which is a new firearm coming, a new Tier 4 pistol. This week's notable improvements: they fixed the biofuel drills and extractors not turning themselves back on after reloading a prospect. Thank God. I had a lot of people tell me about that, and I had reported it for them multiple times. Fixed some kind of building replication crash on larger prospects when people joined, and a crash with some supply pods when they took off. And when you bring up the mission tree, it looks like it should be towards the beginning, not the middle of the tree now. And they added a raw prefix to meats, so not to confuse them with cooked ones. The mission Strange Harvest has an increased contaminated bear size, granted increased health and poison damage, and chance to poison. They fixed an issue where crops would regen quality even if all the seeds were dead, and looking at the tooltip, it could be confusing as the crop would be wilted but would still look alive. And drinks now have their own icons. The only thing I think that we'll show you is probably the biofuels. It was biofuel and electric. I know for a fact our electric deep veins were doing it as well, so let's check those real quick. We got this electric deep vein going here, so what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and log out and return to character select and log back in and see if it's actually going. I know last week whenever I tried to log in, it wasn't going, and I had to go ahead and manually restart it myself. And of course this was with biofuel as well. Let's go ahead and load in. And here we are back in, and it looks like it's going just fine. So hopefully this worked with biofuel as well, and electric deep veins, we now have them where they do not stop whenever you start up a prospect, which is awesome. And the main attraction this week is the Shaggy Zebra mount, and the Shaggy Zebra is present in the Arctic zones of Prometheus, so you do have to have the New Frontiers DLC to even get this mount. But if you do, you can go up into the Arctic zones and tame you a Juvenile just like other mounts and own you a new Shaggy Zebra mount. We're going to go up into the Arctic and show you how that works. And as always, they have their own talent tree and progress that they level up. And then all you have to do is go to an Arctic section of the Prometheus map, which is either this area right here or one of my very favorite places, which is right here around B4. In this area right here, you can find many Shaggy Zebras and their babies now. And this is what a Shaggy Zebra looks like, and its baby, which is right behind it right here. The baby and the mama Shaggy Zebra. Right there. So then all you gotta do is kill the mommy, which may take a little bit of force to do so. And lag, looks like apparently on a single player game. Then we're just going to take this mount back home and see if we can get it to raise up into a full-size Shaggy Zebra. Come on, Shaggy Zebra, let's go home. And then all you got to do is give it a bed, some food, and some shelter, and it will grow up into a full-size Shaggy Zebra. Like so. And now you have a Shaggy Zebra mount that you can do stuff and things with. Just go up to it and claim it. And ours is named Boris. That sounds good. As mentioned before, they have lots of skills that are available. We're going to go over these very shortly. It looks like you have the cargo inventory slots, food effects duration, health regeneration in the Arctic, and helps resist hypothermia for RO warmth. Reduced water consumption, movement speed, which is nice, and a reduction in stamina consumed when jumping, maximum health, chance to resist slow, perceived threat in the Arctic reduced by 20% at 3, weight capacity, maximum stamina, and chance to cause bleed on hit with attack, which is plus 80%, negative 20% perceived threat, falling resistance, food consumption reduction, frost resistance, which is quite interesting, increased frost resistance, health regeneration, physical resistance, falling resistance, physical resistance again, stamina regeneration, and an extra space and stomach, and food and veggie multiplier effectiveness. So those are all the talents that's available for the Shaggy Zebra. And this is a base Shaggy Zebra, not one that's been upgraded, but it looks like it's got a decent amount of speed to it with 4 pheromone modules. And it looks like it, yeah, it's got a decent amount of HP in the bottom as well. And it can actually attack targets. Looks like we got this little crocodile here. Let's give it a go, shall we? Looks like it does some kind of, like, attack of some sort. It does remind me a lot of a Daenerys, to be honest, the way it kind of handles and rides. Which it's not like a powerhouse, but it definitely does do a little bit of damage. So it does have that damage, and then of course you can add the bleed effect with talents, which is pretty neat. Pig here, we'll kill the pig with it. Doing a decent amount of damage to the pig, but of course, you know, you can get off like one shot at pig almost with most weapons. But yeah, it does do an attack, and it does have talents, and it is a Shaggy zebra. Also, just to note, it will not accept a wooden cart, as most mounts won't, except for Tuskers and Buffaloes. And this is the new Shaggy zebra mount, and what it looks like with a saddle on it. Just like a regular Shaggy zebra, only with a saddle, and your saddle of your choosing. Which is really neat. We got a new mount in the game. Also this week, they worked on the AI perception improvement. And basically what this boils down to is that animals used to be able to kind of see you through walls, or it made it feel like the AI could see you through walls, and players would get attacked while in their bases and not really being active. It looks like they have reduced this, and the AI does not really perceive you as much through the walls. And also while you're inside of your buildings, it does seem like the AI doesn't hear you as much, as well as they've reduced player footsteps and jump noises while sheltered. They have seen recently they'll be able to see them, but previously AI would pretty much see you and hear you, previously see you and hear you a lot more. And hopefully this has been reduced quite a bit. So we're going to go ahead and build like a little 1x1 and kind of test the AI and see how much it actually sees you. So you can actually do some line of sighting or getting out of the view of an animal, it seems like, and that may help you quite a bit more than it did in the past. And of course make less sounds when you're inside your house. And this is their first improvement to AI. I really wish they would make AI a lot better, and this is probably one thing that will help a little bit with that. So let's take a look at this real quick. So we're going to try to see if this piggy, when we aggro it, see if we can go into a building and see if it will de-aggro. Or see if it still comes and attacks me. Oh, it see me. Crap. Yeah, it's still going to attack me because it actually see me go in here. Actually. Oh, there it goes. Nice. Interesting. So it hasn't seen me for a few seconds, so now it hasn't. It quit attacking the base. That's quite interesting. Let's try it again. Just out of curiosity. Used to, they just destroy the base and try to get you ultimately. Now the boar hasn't seen me. Looks like he de-aggroed. Yep, sure did. He heard me move, though. Interesting. There he goes. He's just going to wander off now. So if they can't see you, or hopefully your animals as well, then hopefully they'll just kind of screw off after a while. Right, Piggy? Where before they would actually sit there and just attack the base until they got to the target they were looking for, or looking through the wall at, I guess, technically. Let's try it with a passive creature and see if we can't just kind of line of sight them. Huh. I'll be. Oh, look, he stopped aggro. Oh, no, he didn't. Uh-oh. All right. So in theory, we should be able to go and get behind something and line of sight them, and they might not be able to see me anymore. Let's try to aggro him again. Oop, there's a drag. So you can do some line of sighting and drop aggro from animals, it seems like, behind obstacles and buildings. See if we can't go up and around and kind of lose its line of sight. Yeah, it looks like we kind of did. So maybe they worked on the AI a little bit and actually made it work a little bit more realistically. Hi-ya! Let's see. We're in the path of a visit here. See if we can't set up a little base here real quick. 4 walls. And see if it can see me through that. Shouldn't be able to. But if I start walking around, it should be more muffled, about half what it used to be when you're walking around inside your base. I would say that's pretty close, actually. Making lots of noise. Yeah, that wasn't far away at all. So yeah, maybe they fixed the AI. Good on them for that. That's pretty much the AI changes. And it looks like next week we're getting a Tier 4 Advanced Pistol, and they show a picture of what it looks like. And that will be a new sidearm to round out the class with options at all applicable tiers. So we're getting a new pistol next week. And we got the change log. Let's go ahead and take a look at it. We're going to go over the new content and fixed content section here. It said they added water, coffee, and cream drink recipe icons, which is interesting. Take a look at the fixed section here real quick. Battery light now correctly turns off when the battery is out now. Okay, so it's not just me. I did actually see this when I was crafting food earlier. They added a stack size min and plus 10 modifier buttons with new min button to reset count to 1 for crafting UI when you're crafting stuff. So let's take a look at that real quick. Say for example, we're going to go ahead and craft some crushed bone here from bones that we have in our inventory. You have the minimum and maximum. The maximum we can do is 9, and the minimum you can go back to 1, which is pretty neat. So instead of having to click all the way down, and then you have the to 10 as well options on the side. So you can do 10, negative 10, plus 10. And it does have a little highlight. When you highlight over it, it tells you like a little UI tooltip there. So minus 10, minus 1, plus 10. And then you have a max and min according to what you have in the inventory, which is pretty cool. And they updated the text on the evergreen talent, and it basically says that crops can still be wilted based on storms, even though that talent basically doesn't make crops wilt. And you're going to move over to the future content section, take a gander at that. It's a pretty large section this week. Looks like we may have a ape club as a legendary weapon. Looks like we have an animal trap and farm fencing. Looks like we may be getting a planter box. Looks like they're talking about a slug grenade. And looks like for the ice mammoth fight, we're going to have some bat variants. First implementation of a lava flyer mine. And I think I said it before, but the great ape's going to spawn in the swamp area. And looks like we're getting a new item called the mission radio. Oh look, another pistol or revolver. The Black Wolf revolver. Added Yeti bones and carcass. Looks like they're working on some curved glass. And that's it for this changelog. And that's going to be it for this video. Don't forget, if you like what you see, to like, comment, subscribe, and all that stuff. Subscribing will get you weekly Icarus update videos. We also will be doing a stream this week, but we've been pushing our streams back to about 10 o'clock p.m. I need to get some in-life work done and get some things paid off and stuff like that. So hopefully we can get that accomplished this week. And hopefully we'll see you next time. Peace.